I am freshly shorn. Yep. This is daily vlog number 119. So I was just reading the list of the top 50 restaurants in the world. No, I didn't say that right. The top 50 restaurants in the world. That was better. Sadly, White Castle did not make it on the list. Restaurants from all over the globe were evaluated until 50 could be found that offered the best, most creative, most enticing, most delicious foods that you and I can't afford. Dinner at the #1 restaurant, Noma, in Copenhagen, costs a mere 1,600 Danish krone, or $296 per person. But thankfully, you don't have to fly to Denmark, or to Paris, or to Japan, or to Spain to find any of these restaurants. You can go to one of the 4 American restaurants that made it on the list. The one in California, the one in Chicago, or the 2 in New York. Yay, New York! You'll still have to pay a hefty price for them as well. For example, if you want to go up to New York to Le Bernardin, did you like that? I like that. You can have lunch there for $76 per person, or $135 per person will get you dinner. To be honest, I looked at the menu and my gosh, it looks worth it. To check out the rest of them, I'll put a link to the list in the doobly-doo. But I don't know if these top 50 are really the 50 best restaurants in the world. I mean, what makes it the best restaurant? I mean, what is best for you may not be the same best for me. Now, granted, a lot of these restaurants put great skill into preparing this food and treating them like little tiny, chewy works of art, but still, is that what makes it a best restaurant? I don't know. I'm sure the food at Le Bernardin and Noma and the other 48 is delicious, but if I wanted to eat anywhere, I would eat at my favorite restaurants. The ones that have floated to the top among the literally thousands of places that I've eaten. So while the restaurants on this list I'm sure will be impressive, I wouldn't necessarily trade them for my favorites. Top on my list is Sweet Lula's. Anthony, the head chef, and his wife Lula run a fantastic restaurant. She used to be a singer in the UK back in the 80s, but moved here with her husband who used to work as a puppeteer for Jim Henson. He's got some great stories about working with Jim Henson. It looks nice on the inside. I would call it tastefully decorated, with a lot of photos from his career as a puppeteer. Christy and I prefer not to sit at the tables, but to sit at the bar that overlooks the cooking area so that we can watch Anthony and his staff work. And believe me, it's a lot of fun. See, it's all those things that make it our favorite place to go, our #1 on our top 50 list. Not just because the food is awesome and the decor is cool and we get to sit and watch the chef work, but because of all of that stuff and because my wife and I have had some great times there. So as I said, I'm sure these top 50 restaurants are good, but they can't compare to what makes my top restaurant my top restaurant. So if you were to write your top 50 restaurants, what would be #1 and why? Let me know in the comments below. This has been Daily Vlog number 119. 246 to go. I'll talk to you tomorrow.